kusema hivi, our position as Linda Jamii is that Ogolla has been assassinated. And we have enough information to suggest that it's an assassination. It started in Bomas. Threats are very clear. Ruto said he forgave Ogolla, but he forgave him spiritually. But physically, he has executed this matter. Duale advised him to deal with KDF that tried to overturn his winning. So our position is that this is an assassination. Throughout the night, I tried to sleep with my stomach, saying it is an accident. My stomach refused. I slept with my back. My back refused to accept it. I slept on my left. It refused. My right refused. I even tried to sit down. It refused. All my cells have refused to accept it is an accident. Remember, a military chopper, don't even say it was a bad aeroplane. This is the finest military machine ever. It doesn't come down like it is coming down, I'm telling you. It was well executed. It is an assassination. Because if you look at all evidence around it, if you look at the day, by the president giving a decree that military will take, KDF will take over the issue of internal security, it was preparation. It's like you want to cook ugali. You bring unga, you bring water, you light fire. Then if it's ugali, it's ugali. What looks like a duck cries like a duck, walks like a duck, cries like a duck, sleeps like a duck, is a duck. What looks like an assassination, walks like an assassination, breathes like an assassination, is an assassination.
Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the plan for the send-off service for the late CDF Francis Ogolla is going on. His burial will be taking place on Sunday according to his wish, that if he die, he should be buried within 3 days. It seems like he was aware that soon he might just die, to an extent where even he planned for his death and where to be buried. So when you see someone mentioning such things, it means he is emotionally prepared for anything. So besides this, people have been giving their views as far as his death is concerned. Many questions that have been raised. Was it an accident? And if an accident, was it a planned accident? What about the cause of that accident? So many questions. And therefore, Professor Ogolla is coming out to challenge the state over the death of CDF Ogolla. And this is what he's saying. If the state want Kenyans to believe that it was an air accident, they should be able to explain to Kenyans the theory of the accident. If they don't tag it to an accident, then Kenyans are going to take the views that this was an assassination well executed, commanded by the commander-in-chief. Those are the words of Professor Ogolla. Now, Professor Ogolla has even gone further to give an hypothesis of the cause of the death of the CDF Ogolla. And there are 3 hypotheses. Number 1, assassination. Number 2, bandit attack. Number 3, bad weather. And he has explained them properly. So I want to listen to him shortly. Then we're going to continue the discussion to understand really what is going on and what about his views as far as the cause of the death of the CDF is concerned.
We have 3 hypotheses: assassination, bandit attack, chopper accident. I am taking assassination for the sake of my country. And we are willing to go down with that one. You go and do your research. And I want to tell those in investigation. I am an expert in investigation. They are what you call A B, C of investigation. One is called A, assume nothing. So for us, we are assuming nothing. We are assuming what? Nothing, isn't it? Anything has happened, everything has happened. So we are starting from assumption of nothing. B is called believe nothing. We are believing what? Nothing. We don't believe anything you are saying, including even the names where he died, the name of the chopper. We believe nothing until we get what to believe. So, second one is B. No, C. C is called check everything. We are going to check everything, including under your bed, for everything. We are going to check everywhere and everything. So,
I am Professor Fred Ogolla. I'm the leader of the Luo community, especially appointed by the Luo Council elders to lead the Luo liberation. Let me try to put it clearly that according to us, our official position is that General Francis Ogolla has been assassinated. And I'll start by saying why it is not an accident. First and foremost, what creates a chopper accident? There are three things that causes a chopper accident. One is human error. Human error is where, for example, there was a pilot, for example, that was drunk. Maybe he was not experienced enough, or he didn't know what he was doing. He made a mistake. Also, it could be that there was the mechanics who are trying to check the aircraft before it takes off. All those people who are human handling of the aircraft before it takes off that were not done correctly. And the second thing that can cause a chopper accident is environmental factors. Environment factors could be, for example, bad weather. It could be, for example, the wind direction was wrong. Visibility was an issue. And the third reason could be technical error. The technical error could be, for example, that the aircraft was losing some kind of power. There was a fuel exhaustion. The plane could not be able to absorb fuel. There was not enough fuel when the plane was taking off. Could be, for example, technical error that the plane did not check whether there was something wrong with the engine. All those things, engine failure and the rest. From what we know, the military aircraft or the military machine that carries a CDF should be one of the most well looked after, most well chosen, and chosen by the CDF or very senior person in the issue of airport transport. And if you look at it, we found out that in terms of the aircraft, what we call human error, I'm sure General Ogolla has access to some of the most qualified human resource in terms of the pilot, in terms of the engineers and mechanics. In terms of environmental factors, General Ogolla at least could access all the environmental information. And as we look at it, the plane was flying around 2:30 p.m. That's the time when the crash took place. That time is seen to one of the most ideal times to fly in the Kenyan airspace, but also if you look at the area of the North Rift, because that time normally the sky is clear, visibility is great, the environmental factors were good. And lastly, I'm sure that they must have chosen one of the finest engines on earth. In fact, if you look at it, there's no general who has ever died in a military chopper before. All generals have not died in office like Francis Ogolla. So there must be something very peculiar about this matter. And I can ask you, in airport transport, quality of airport transport is measured by the fact that there should be the number of takeoff should be equal to number of landing. And what we are realizing is that this was supposed to be guaranteed. Major Tonje is in office, Kibochi is in office. They retired when they were alive. They're actually enjoying the retirement. And I think the one General Ogolla was very peculiar to me. So it's not an accident. And if the president or the state wants us to believe that it's an accident, they should be able to explain us their theory of accident, because these accidents are being seen. So the fact that we cannot target to an accident, we would actually take the view that this was an assassination, well executed, with military precision, commanded by only one commander, the commander-in-chief. So therefore, we rule out the issue of accident.
Now, as we conclude this discussion, just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, Ogolla is clear that there is no general that has ever died in a military chopper before. Because it's the most safe machine that you can travel in, well checked, with a proper budget. That means if people will die in military chopper, then our security is under attack. It means we are not properly organized and an enemy from outside can easily attack us. That there is no ever any general who has died in office apart from Ogolla. CDF Ogolla is the first in our history as the first CDF to die in office. So, many questions. How possible was this? That a military chopper that was carrying the commander of all armed forces can just die in a chopper? Is our security safe? Are we well and properly organized? What message are we sending to our enemies? That they can easily attack us? So many questions. He went further to give his views as far as the issue of assassination, bandit attack, and bad weather is concerned. That in the evening at 2:30 p.m., the weather is clear in Rift Valley. Therefore, possibility of this one is 0. The weather was okay, not too much of rain and all those other things. Number 2, bandit attack. We are not aware if there is any attack, but investigation is going on. But it can never be that way. Though if you try to go that direction, then what are you telling the world and our enemies? That bandits can just attack the Kenya Defense Forces, chief in command, their leader. So it means the bandit leader is more powerful than the leader of the armed forces in this country, and therefore it is a huge risk. So a possibility of that is also 0. He nails down to the issue of assassination. It can be possible that for this to happen, there was a plan. There can be a kind of a plan to deal with this. So this was maybe an internal plan with individuals who have their own interest in this country. That is according to Professor Ogolla. I don't know, after listening to him, what is your view? But let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.